year is 2077. Tensions between US and China have reached an all-time high. The war leading China into making a major history-changing decision to fire the nukes and take out all that we know as the United States of America. In the Fallout universe, these nukes had hit the US, wiping out the entire country. But what if we had stopped these nukes and preventing China from dominating the war? Located in the Commonwealth of Boston, there's a location in the glowing sea called the Sentinel Site. The lore of this location leads back to missile silo protection units that were actually funded by the real-life government projects in the late 1900s, but were shut down by the public due to protesting and major controversies. It seems the writers of the Fallout found this to be an intriguing aspect of the real world and had put this into the Fallout universe. So this leads me to the what if. What if the missile silo placed in Boston was used and was successful? This leaving Boston into possibly one of the last cities in the United States to remain. Introducing Sanctuary Hills, the last friendly neighborhood free of radiation in the entire US. It has been occupied by military armed forces in case of a further invasion pushed by China, as well as major technology advancements to help further their weaponry, as well as self-benefit to survive as part of the last city. How you doing, lovely Wastelanders? My name is Mufflee. Today, I'm showcasing a pre-war sanctuary settlement in a different universe. First off, on the bridge, I have it blocked off as if the military set up here to block all furthering traffic to come in. I moved out the gates on the outer edges to make it look like they opened it up just so people can walk through. Coming on down here first, you can see on the outer edges I put guard posts around the entire settlement to give it more of a feel like the military is set up in case of an invasion. Coming on to the APCs, I made them more usable than just little textures and vehicles just resting there. On top I put turrets. This one has a missile turret, which I think worked really well. I put fog lights on top of them to make it look like they actually have spotlights in use, and inside I put a little hanging lamp, give it a little nice feel at nighttime, and it came out looking pretty nice overall. Another guard post over there, and coming on up here I have what I call a 2-building mall attachment, and for the houses I'm using the pre-war sanctuary settlement mod. So it kind of puts all the houses back in. It does not give any of the furniture. I had to put all the furniture back in itself. So it's all pretty standard stuff: housing, bedding, laundry room, living room, kitchen, all the basic necessities. I didn't overdo it because I didn't want to crash the game with all the objects. Carrying up into here in the mall, we have first floor is the weapons. I didn't overdo it as well with the shelving and the objects because I didn't want to, like I said, crash the game, which I have done already. Down here is just a little storage unit. And heading heading on upstairs, first off, we have a armor's vendor. And I think it came out pretty well. Not overdone, not too clustered. Coming on through here, I think this place looks absolutely brilliant at nighttime, the way it's all lit up, looking down and everything. It looks absolutely amazing. This leads into a general store area. There's a lot of shelving that's empty. Again, it's not fully finished, but I didn't want to overdo it. Coming on downstairs, it leads into the bar area where everybody comes at nighttime. They all drink and whatnot, which is pretty cool. So I like that the Bethesda did that. They incorporated any bar area you set up, all the settlers go to at nighttime. Well, I guess they're not really settlers, but you know. So with all the textures and vibrant colors, I think it came out pretty well, making it look like more of a pre-war style theme. Coming on down outside, let's head on back. I'll showcase the other houses really quickly just to get the gist that they're all furniturized and all that. I mean, it's nothing fancy, nothing cool, nothing over the top. It's all just basic stuff. So moving on back outside here, we have Vault-Tec, of course, because they have a vault all ready to go in case of another Chinese invasion. You never know. Yada, yada, yada. Backstory lore made up. Another housing area. I'll set up here. And then that comes to another outpost for the military, and I think this came out pretty well. If you look at it, coming up to it, you're like, oh god, what's that? It's the military, which actually looks really, really cool with all the shadowing effects from that light. I did sort of a additions to the vehicle itself here. Of course, you see the missile turret on top. I put lights all around it to make it look like it's in operation and use. And inside, of course, I have the hanging lantern and a bunch of ammo. So it's refilling ammo. Thank you to the one mod. I don't remember. It's one of the building mods, but it's a refilling containers. I wish I knew. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, carrying on into here. Yet again, another house, fully furnished. And all the vehicles and not just the military vehicles, but even just the cars and such, I had to put in. Gives it more of a lively feeling, like there's actually people living here. Then we've reached the militarized part, which is completely fenced off with these walls from Covenant, and I think that came out really well. I love the way these lights affect. It makes it look like there's huge spotlights shining down onto your face, saying like, oh, hey, I'm not allowed to enter there. On these barricades, I put the flags, which I think came out pretty well on each side. It looks absolutely amazing. We'll see that out in the morning, because it's starting to get bright out now. This is the player home. I added the out front outdoor stuff. Inside is the only house that comes furnished with the Sanctuary Hills mod. So I added all this outside walling and guard posts and such. Come on in, we'll just check it out. So that way if you guys ever want to download and use the mod, you can use it. It comes with this whole entire refurbished garage type area, so that's pretty cool. In here, bathroom as usual as you first started out. Here's a bedroom. I think it's a different bed from when you first started out, but it's cool because it comes with this little bobblehead stand. This flooring right here, it's really weird. You can't build on it, so I don't like that. So this room is left empty, which is upsetting. Coming on back outside, I have an armory, which this whole building itself comes with a mod. Comes with all these power armor stations, workshop areas, and I made up top the armory just like a huge storage unit full of military containers and whatnot. There we go. Nothing fancy. Just made it into a storage area for the military. Back here we have a training ground area. Not training ground, it's like an actual computerized system. But before we go in there, I want you guys to take a look at this helicopter. I put lights on it to make it look like it's actually in operational use, ready to take off or something. So I think that came out pretty well. I like to add these features onto the vehicles to make them look like they're actually in operation and use. So heading on inside here, pre-war feeling, a little institute-y, but that's okay. It is pre-war, we're advancing our technology, and gotta have some Apple computers, you know, because Apple's around in this universe. Anyways, this is where people will come here and study and prepare and all that, so completely fenced off and stuff. So I think that came out looking pretty nicely. There is a staircase up to here to go up to the helicopter pad, and we'll get onto the other entryway in a second here. Shut up, Mama. Murphy. Coming into here, we have yet another not player home, but another settler home. Typical stuff, furniture, regular furniture and all such. Nothing fancy, all basic stuff. I try to keep it all basic for all the player homes. In here, yet again, another one. I'll just show it really quick. Yada yada. Here it is. Fully furnished and looking like a house, you know? Typical stuff. Anyways, moving on to here, we have a catwalk entryway into the helicopter for the emergency use. Everybody piles onto here. Put a little restricted access decal right there. One up there. There we go. That's coming down. So I added the restricted access little sign up there. I think that looks really nice, because this is for military use only. So that came out looking pretty nicely. Made this into a little catwalk, such as like if you're kind of like a spaceship type feel, like you're one of those entryways, walkway areas. So I think that looks really, really nice overall. Head back down. I don't know why I'm waiting for this. I could have just walked off. Like I said, this whole area is fenced off because this is where the main subrouting of where the military, in my eyes, is standing at. Yet another player home over here. Yada yada. Nothing special. There it is. Another bed. Fantastic. Okay, so more onto the juicy stuff. I made these two houses out of pre-war sanctuary stuff. I can't see. Hold on, let's change this really quick. Give me a second, guys. Much better. Okay, so I made these two houses here, and they're more so oriented as if the military came in, they commandeered the houses, so they stole them over. This one is obviously the barracks, restricted area, restricted access, all that fancy stuff. So I think it came out pretty nice looking. So this is where the military personnel will stay, extra storage area and all that, you know, all that fancy stuff. And then if they have to leave really quickly, here's the helicopter to get onto really quick. So, pretty nice, done overall pretty nicely. It's not too clustered, not overdone. Then moving on to the red building, I made it into a commandeered medical unit for the bottom floor. So I first come in here, so if anybody's injured or whatnot, they come in here, you know, Doctor's Bay. And this is done very nicely overall. I think it looks pretty nice. Moving on upstairs, we have another restricted area, of course, military taken over, and then this railway actually worked really nicely. It fits perfectly right here. So it was always an awkwardly placed railway, and I was like, I wonder if it would fit here, and it worked out really nicely. Anyways, besides that door phasing through here, ignore that detail. Coming on up into this area, I made it so it looked like the military actually tore down a wall and made this into a little bunker. And they have a little command station area guarded off by some sandboxes and all that. And then here there are windows. Again, I made the whole building, but there are windows right here, and I thought, well, they're trying to be guarded, so I put sandbags and cement bricks up to guard it. So it came out looking pretty nicely overall, and you can see out the entire wasteland. And I was gonna put into a green texture pack for like green in the Commonwealth to make it fit into the whole lore that I have going on, but yeah, I think it would be too much to download that mod just for this. But imagine a green wasteland because we weren't hit by a nuke, you know. I guess I want to be a wasteland. Anyways, coming on back down to here, you can see all the guard posts and whatnot ready to go, guarding Sanctuary Hills. That's it for this, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the little backstory lore that I threw in there. If you did, definitely leave a like, subscribe for more Fallout content. My name is Mufflee, and I hope to see you Wastelanders in the Commonwealth. Thank you for checking out my video, guys. Please like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter. That way you can keep up with all my latest videos. I hope to see you guys next time.